Right, ladies and gentlemen, today we'll be looking at the FIFA World Cup Swaps Showcase 3. It is the third week of the FIFA World Cup Swaps. If you guys are new to these objective guides, all new objectives EA do release, we go over step by step. I give you guys my tips, tricks, what to do when it comes to the squad builder, and as I mentioned before, the tips and tricks. Mainly with this one, we'll be focusing on the squad battles, on semi-pro, what I do. So currently I'm so far, right, there's been 27 tokens released if you count the free one, or 31 now with these four. But before today, there was 27 tokens if you count the one, I guess before today, I'm saying if you count the one that was in the store pack today. But if you don't count today, I've done every single swap token so far except for these ones. There we go, mate. We got there in the end. But what I was trying to say is I've been grinding these. I've been doing it efficiently, doing it in the most minimal amount of games as possible. And I'll be honest, lads, there's no quick way around these ones because these ones are all based in squad battles. They are all based in rivals. But for the play 8, which we'll get to shortly, there is a way that you can get around it, which is a little bit more sane, if you will. But let's start off. We've got assist 7 goals using any players from Croatia in squad battles on at least semi-pro. Now, this is not in separate matches, and semi-pro squad battles are easy enough, and especially if you are playing the lower tier teams, which I'll get into soon as well. But the assist 7 goals using players from Croatia, once again, you can sub whether they start, whether you sub them on, you get those assists. You could get them done in one game. Score 6 goals using any player from Senegal, the exact same thing goes there. Got play 8 matches in squad battles on at least semi-pro difficulty or in division rivals, having at least 6 French World Cup player items. The World Cup player items are the red card designs with a little timer at the bottom. Now this one, as I said before, I said if you want to do it a little bit more sane, keep your sanity. What you can do if you do not want to sit through squad battles, play squad battles, score 3-4 goals and play the AI, it can get boring. Whereas this one here, you got win 6 matches in squad battles or rivals. This one I would 100% do on squad battles, because if you were to take your 6 German World Cup player items into rivals, you could sub 5 of them off, sure, but still it'll be a little bit tricky. You have to win it as well. You might lose some games, and in the long run, it probably, unless you get 6 wins in a row, it will take longer than doing it in squad battles. So for the 6 German one, this one here, you have to do this in squad battles or rivals if you're comfortable enough or confident enough for you to go on to win it. But with this one here, what you can do, and I know lots of people have been doing this, simply go into division rivals and jam your controller, mate. Alright, get your 6 French World Cup player items in your squad, fill out the rest of the squad as well with bronze players if you want. The first thing you do, you could sit your controller on the desk just like that if you want. Be careful if your controller is, you know, kind of old, or sorry, not old, new. I probably wouldn't recommend doing that because you could get stick drift or something, but you guys know how it works, right? Rubber band it, you could put a rubber band around it so it does not kick you for being inactive, and simply just let your opponent absolutely pummel you. Alright, your opponent gets a free win in rivals, you get these done without having to do, like, you know, play the squad battle games. What you can do is literally do that, and then in the background watch whether it's a film, maybe you got homework, exams, something like that. Do that in the background whilst you were getting pummeled in division rivals, being AFK. The reason is because obviously you can play matches, you do not have to win it. So you can get pummeled 6-7-0, it will still count towards this objective. But as for this one, you still got to do this one in squad battles. For the squad builder, I'm going to go ahead and I've already made up one that I have been using in the past. Now, this is obviously my main team, but I've got one for my SWAPS SB, which means SWAPS squad battles. And as you can see, the last one I did would have been the Brazilian lads, I believe. Have I done the Brazilian? Yeah, so this is the Brazilian lads. So I've got my 6 Brazilians. Obviously, it's not Brazilians this time round. You now need the German or French players So I'll go ahead, get rid of the Brazilians from last time. We are all done with these guys. You search your club, go on up here, search your club, go on over to your World Cup player over here. You'll search your club for French players. If you want to do these in rivals, as I said, and you don't mind taking 8 rival losses in a row, I'd only do that if you are on a checkpoint or something like that. Then you do France, build your squad, you need at least 6 of them, which leads me into what I was saying before. As you can see, we've got my 6 players, and you will have some spots left. That's where you're going to want to use your best players in that position. I've got my Zinchenko, my Benissa, I've got my Thiago, my Freddy, I've got Trippier at right back, because why not? Just because it gives your team that little boost. But once again, I keep saying once again, but if you are doing this in rivals, it does not matter so much. The other one was the German players, so you'd simply just do the exact same thing. Choose your best 6 German World Cup players, and then with the remaining 5 positions in your squad, you want to get your actual best main team players in there. Now, as for the bench, as you can see, I had LeBron James, and I actually subbed him on to get the American assist with crosses, I believe it is. Now, this time round, it was Croatian assists you need. You need Croatian assists and Senegalese goals. So where's Croatia at? We'll go Croatia here. Get a Croatian player out of your club. I'll use my Devon Sukic. Why not? So he can be my Croatian man that we sub on to get those goals with when we are doing squad battles. And then as for the Senegal, you'll go ahead and choose someone from Senegal. If you do not have anyone, you may have to go ahead and pick someone up. I'll go ahead and screw it. We'll just use this Dia card. So what I'm going to do now, let's say I'm going into a squad battles game on semi-pro difficulty using my German or your French players if you're doing them in squad battles and not rivals as well. And then what you're going to want to do, go into the squad battles game, chuck a pause straight away, sub on your Sukic at striker. Your player might not be Sukic, but you get it. Or sub on my Senegal man. Now, in fact, you'd want to switch him around just because you can get more assists from the left wing position in the striker. You want to try and get some Croatian assists with Sukic, and you want to get some goals with Dia. You just go ham. And when I say go ham, this is the squad battles tip for today, ladies and gentlemen. You can win each game 20, 30-0 if you are good enough. As you can see, every single squad battles, you get 4 options, right? Now, an 88 rated with 33 chem, sure, you could most definitely beat that on semi-pro, but it would probably only be by 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 goals. But as for this squad, a 65 rated squad with 13 chemistry, mate, is it even gonna... Yeah, bro, I've got Danny Welbeck. We could beat this team probably 25-0 if we wanted to. So go on, choose semi-pro, go into the game with your team, whether that has 6 World Cup French players or 6 World Cup German players. Go into the game with them, pause it straight away, bring on your Croatian Senegal player to be able to get those goals and assists, and then you can just stat pad, get your goals and assists. You could get your Croatian assists, Senegal goals done within 1 match if you are good enough. Now with this, you can play a game and I will circle it. You can play a team and then you can refresh it. You can update your opponents. So basically the whole cycle of it, and you have the option to refresh your opponents by pressing square every 15 minutes, I think it is. So that kind of fits perfectly. You can play a game, play the worst team in the selection. Then when you're done that game, you can go ahead and refresh, and then you can choose the worst team. So that way, every single game will be easy, right? You'll be winning games 20, 30-0. So lads, as always, to end the video for the recap, the assist 7 goals using any player from Croatia, the score 6 using any player from Senegal. You'll want to go ahead and sub on. For me, I chose Sukic and Dia. I'll go ahead, I will sub them on straight away when I get into the squad battles match. You could start them if you want, but I think having them on the bench and bringing them on is easier anyway. As for this one, the play 8 with France, as I said, you can do that in rivals and you can let your opponent destroy you whilst you do something in the background, or you could do the exact same as the one with the German players, and you could just play the squad battle games, chuck a film on in the background, score 4 or 5, playing really poor teams. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter what, alright, there's no way around it. This is going to take you 14 games, 8 of them with the French players, 6 of them with the German, whilst getting the Croatian Senegal players, which you can get done in 1 game if you sub them on. This will take you roughly, 14 games of squad battles, 15 minutes a match roughly. Whatever 14 times 15 is how much minutes it will take you. It will take you roughly 3.5 hours. After doing some pro maths, 3.5 hours. As I said, keep yourself occupied, have something on in the background. Much love, boys. It's been your boy Davis, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.